situation expecting people to fail, and that's the expectation you set for them, they're going to feel that and they will fail. They will feel that pressure from you. And more often than not, they will meet the expectation that you set. But if you go into a situation expecting people to do their best, and you go into it with that mindset, and you engage with them on that level of expecting their best and encouraging their best and desiring their best and building them up and lifting them up to that, they will meet that expectation because they will be encouraged. They will desire to meet your expectation. They'll see their own potential through your eyes, and they'll know that if they want to have any worth of themselves, they will hit that expectation. Now, this isn't universal. It doesn't work with everything. More often than not, I think you'll find that people will rise to your expectations or they will fall to your expectations, and it's usually how we treat people. Now, some people are just going to be standard and a rock in their own sense, no matter how they're treated, whether they're great or whether they don't care and they won't rise to anything. But the majority of people really reflect back what's given to them. And so if they are met with great expectations, they're going to want to rise to meet those expectations. They're going to believe in themselves because you believe in them. And they're not going to want to let you down, and so they'll see your expectations in a positive light. Not that you're coming down hard on them with all these expectations that they can't meet, but that you're lifting them up and saying, I know that you have potential to do it this well, if not better. And they're going to say, you know what, I don't want to let that person down. I'm going to rise to meet those expectations. The other is true, that if you come in and you don't expect anything of them, you expect them to fail and to be horrible at their jobs and that they're just always going to let you down, they're going to end up letting you down because they're just going to feed off that energy you give them, and they won't be able to rise, and they won't meet anything greater than the expectations you've set for them, and you're going to treat them a certain negative way that's going to cause them to stay stifled. And so as you go about your week this week, as you're engaging with people in your workplace, in your environments, in any capacity, I want you to think about the expectations that you're coming into it for them and see how that changes depending on how you change your expectations. And if you would just test this out and run a little experiment and say, I will go in today to this meeting with these people and hold very high expectations, and I'll voice those expectations, but it won't be as strict like I expect you to fail, and so I have to set my expectations high so that you maybe hit them. Don't do it that way at all. Don't look at it that way. But instead look at it as, I believe that you people will rise to meet these expectations. I believe you're capable. I believe you're able. I believe you want to, and I believe that you are good enough that you will. And so these are the expectations that we can set together, and I know we can achieve greatness. And people, out of that encouragement and that positive energy and that positive attitude, will rise to hit that in order to please you and not let you down and not let themselves down, because now they've seen their own potential. And so to let you down means to let themselves down. But if you go into a meeting and you say, you guys are failing, you're screwing up, we need to change things around, you need to hit these expectations, you're doing a terrible job, you're not able to do this, so I have to come in and crack this whip. Well, they see their potential as being down low, and so they're going to meet that potential, and there's no incentive for them to rise, even though you're saying incentives, even though you're saying, like, if you don't hit these, I'm going to be frustrated with you, or if you do hit these, we can have a goal and celebrate it. Your expectations for them are so low that they're going to feed off of that, and that will then become their expectations for themselves. And so go about your week this week and test this out. I really want you to try both ways. If you're prone to being negative, make sure that you shift and be more positive and put positive expectations on people. But it has to come from a genuine place in your heart. You have to really transform whatever's going on the inside of you to believe the best in people and see how that changes. What's the worst that could happen? At most, you see a whole different way of living life and you get better results. At worst, if it doesn't work, you wasted a day of not yelling at people and being disappointed and being frustrated, which is not really a waste at all. And so I want you to test that out. And if you're always positive with people and you see the results, then don't worry about testing it, but just pay attention to how you do it and see how you can even improve on that. But if you're always positive with people and you're not getting good results out of them, you should maybe look at the way that you're expecting them. Are you just, you're just trying to be positive and casting these goals and objectives, but not truly believing in the person? And can you shift that? And can you just test the way that you interact with people? And so again, I just end with this, that people will rise and fall to meet your expectations. I hope that encourages you. I hope it challenges you. I'm Kai Block with Limitless North. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and leave some comments. I'd love to hear from you. And of course, if you're new here, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next one. God bless you guys. Have a great week.